This segment is sponsored by Kia. Well, there's no doubt that SUVs are the most popular style of vehicle in the U.S. right now, but when you're looking for a car, bigger isn't always better. Here to tell us why a sedan might be the right choice for you is James Bell, the head of corporate communications at Kia America. Tell us, James, will the sedan ever go out of style?
But with sedans, no. I don't think they'll ever go out of fashion because, or disappear because they're such a smart choice for most American buyers. There's something in our car buying psyche in this country that says, I need the biggest, strongest, fastest, most inefficient machine I can for day-to-day driving. That just seems silly to me. Now, at Kia, we sell about 70% of our cars are, of our vehicles are SUVs and crossovers. So we're not saying that business is going away. We're saying let's have some choices. If you are a young family just starting out, somebody just starting their career, have a long commute, why would you want to have a vehicle that has utility that you'll never utilize? And so that's why we're loving the idea of something like this, the Kia K4 or the slightly larger K5 in our lineup as being a really smart option for a lot of American buyers.
And James, why should someone choose a sedan over an SUV or a crossover?
Well, you know, something that I've been thinking about is there's a safety element to it. So let's say you're driving down the highway in a big heavy crossover or SUV, and maybe a ladder falls off the truck ahead of you. All of a sudden you realize that physics means something. You've got this big heavy vehicle, you're doing 75 miles an hour, it just doesn't handle tight like a sedan or especially this, a very sporty sedan would do. So you maybe not be able to avoid that problem. Whereas with a sedan, you're a little lower to the ground, lighter weight, more agile, more aerodynamic, so able to maybe find yourself into some more safe situations that way. But because it's lighter, more aerodynamic, all the things I just mentioned, fuel efficiency is a big issue. I mean, this car next to me here has a 1.6 liter turbocharged engine. So when you're just cruising on the highway, it's just sipping fuel. It's just being as efficient as can be. But then it's got the turbo for when you're ready to have a little bit more fun. So it's a nice balance point, and I think that when people really are honest with how they're going to use their next car, really, candid. I'm by myself most of the time in the car. Why do I need 3 rows with 7 passenger capacity? Doesn't make sense.
And fuel efficiency is definitely something to consider when buying a new car. But tell us what sedans are on the market now that are fresh and different.
Well, the other part of the sedan market is it allows you to kind of express yourself a little differently. You don't look like everybody else in the parking lot because you've got a family car or sedan. And that also means that the manufacturers can push the design a little bit more, be a little more aggressive and more unique. And so the K4 is a great new choice. Been on the market now for about 6 months and off to a fantastic start. As I mentioned, we have the K5. Other car companies still have some sedans out there, but if you go and look at Ford and Chevrolet, the only place you're going to see a sedan is in the used car lot because they've just abandoned that segment of the business altogether. So there's some great choices. My personal favorite, the K4.
And James, where can people go to start shopping for their next sedan?
Probably the easiest place would be to kia.com. Got lots of great information there and photos and data points about all of our vehicles. But I also love places that are, third-party kind of recommendation sites like Kelley Blue Book or Edmunds.com.
And for all this information and more, just head to kia.com.